Hello, everybody. Welcome to Other Marijuana News for Sunday, August 16th, 2009. I'm your host, Joe Clare. I run the Stoner Nation blog for StonerNation.com. This is a little newscast that I do that covers other marijuana news that hasn't been covered in the blog and didn't get its own post in the blog. The first story we're going to talk about tonight is from LATimes.com, LA Now. It's about the wildfires in Southern California. It's called Huge Santa Barbara County Wildfire Caused by Marijuana Farm. Suspects at Large in Forest. A fire that has burned more than 75,000 acres in Santa Barbara County over the last week was started in an illegal marijuana growing area operated by a Mexican drug organization, authorities said. Authorities said they confirmed that the blaze, which is burning out of control, started in the cooking area of the pot farm. They believe those responsible are still in the forest area trying to leave the forest by foot. Now, see, first of all, if I can throw my 2 cents in here, which I will, if marijuana was legal, first of all, there wouldn't be a bunch of dudes in a forest growing marijuana. You know, it'd be much more regulated. It'd eventually go to the big corporations. People, I don't know, use Anheuser-Busch as an example because they do alcohol. And Anheuser-Busch Light Company, who may or may not exist right now, would be growing and packaging and selling the marijuana. You wouldn't have just like a couple dudes in the forest cooking on a little campfire and setting the forest on fire. But I can sit here all day and tell you the things that wouldn't happen if marijuana was legal. Some care, but sometimes it seems like still that most don't. I don't know. But anyway, there's a huge wildfire burning in Southern California that was caused by illegal marijuana growing Mexicans. Here's a story from Examiner.com called Oakland's Marijuana Legalization Initiative is still a Trojan horse. It says, while Oakland's Regulate, Control, and Tax Cannabis Act of 2010 has been amended to exclude California's current medical marijuana laws from two items, it can still be a Trojan horse. For one thing, the two items that exempt California's current medical marijuana laws apply only to sales, tax, and possession, and this only in cities. Nowhere in the proposition are medical marijuana patients, providers, and caregivers exempted from its cultivation, distribution, transportation, licensing, and administration requirements. Oh, and then this guy goes on with like a ton more legalese and about 67,000 more bills that are pending. First of all, what put me to the story, what attracted me to the story was the use of the word Trojan horse. People use that a lot. You know, they can get whole articles out of this legalization bill or that legalization bill being a Trojan horse. If any of you have actually read the Iliad, you know exactly what the Trojan horse was and what it was used for. The Greeks had been storming the walls of Troy for 10 years, and they couldn't get any leeway. There was just nothing more they could do. So they send in the Trojan horse, and they escape. They get out of the Trojan horse, and they kill all the people of Troy, and they win. Is that not very similar to what we were trying to do here? Even though it's been a lot longer than 10 years, we've been trying to get marijuana legalized. It's the same thing. We're hitting the wall known as the federal government, and the government at large, people who want to control us and what we do. And thankfully, in this country at least, I guess in certain areas we have free speech, and we can say these things because, after all, we are trying to get weed legalized. That is the whole point. Other stories. Drug sting at Kingsbury rest stop. And that's 23 pounds of pot. And of course, that's just one of many, many bus stories that are all over the place. There's 23 pounds of marijuana there, and 1,500 plants here, and what else we got? More stories about the big story is the wildfire that's going on. We'll go over here and see what's happening. There's a medical marijuana story, a budding business about New Mexico. I don't have any stories about on the blog about New Mexico and medical marijuana, but this is from the Santa Fe New Mexican, although right now it doesn't seem to want to load. which is very helpful. But I do this live, you know. I'm not going to go back and edit this or whatever. It's a live newscast. I do what I can do. But anyway, this is from the Santa Fe, New Mexican. It's a story about medical marijuana in New Mexico, but it doesn't want to load. So maybe you won't see it. I was going to bring it to you, but, you know, I'm trying my best here. Oh, okay, here we go. It popped up. It's, let's see, the Santa Fe, New Mexican.com. A longtime Santa Fe resident has applied to be the second medical marijuana provider in the state. If approved, he'll operate a 2,400 square foot indoor growing operation somewhere in Santa Fe County and deliver marijuana to the doorsteps of registered patients. Len Goldman, 66, came to New Mexico from Pittsburgh more than 40 years ago. He was one of the original members of the New Buffalo Commune near Taos. He smoked pot recreationally then, but after spending only one summer on the commune, Goldman said, he traded in his hippie lifestyle to pursue spiritual interests. In 1972, Goldman and his then wife, opened the tile design business, Arias Tile Company, that he still owns and operates in Santa Fe. Basically, Goldman said it makes no sense to him that marijuana is criminalized while tobacco, booze, and other narcotics are legal. But he said he never considered becoming a certified provider until he saw a news article about New Mexico's nascent medical pot program. My business brain started clicking away, he said. I thought this would be a fun business. This would be brand new. How would you handle security? You would be growing a product. It seemed like a creative project. Goldman decided in May that he would apply to become a provider. So, hey, we even got dog sound effects in the background. That's awesome. Let's see, any more? Police sees illegal drugs. This is from the Owen Sound Sun-Times, and most of these places, it says California, I guess. It is California. It says police sees illegal drugs. Police raids in 2 Gray County locations netted more than $1.5 million worth of marijuana, $20,000 worth of cocaine, and smaller amounts of other drugs Thursday and yesterday, police reported. Thursday, police found an indoor and outdoor marijuana growing operation with plants worth more than $1.5 million, police said in a news release yesterday. And it's got a big picture here of them bagging up all the weed, which most of which is destroyed, which to me is crazy, especially in a place like California, who has legal medical marijuana. That somehow couldn't be, I don't know, sold cheaply to the medical marijuana providers, so they have more product, and maybe their prices can come down a little bit for medical marijuana patients. I don't know. It sounds like a reasonable idea. It sounds more reasonable than putting it on a big pile and setting it on fire. But I don't know. I guess I don't know much about waste management as other people do. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the other marijuana news. Any other big stories, stay tuned to the Stoner Nation blog, which is linked right next to this video. And that's about it, hippies. Thank you all for tuning in and checking it out. Subscribe to these videos so you always know when another marijuana news video has been posted. I'm Joe Clare for Stoner Nation, the Stoner Nation blog. Peace out, hippies. Till next time.